Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jay Tro. Just wanted to show you my Cubs team that I put together. I'm using a roster set here from Operation Sports, the full minors, along with the new MLB draft class for this year. I'm going to show you my trades that I did and hopefully show you a team that's going to compete for the World Series this year. Made quite a few trades. I think there's 12 or so total, and we're going to go through those. I'm going to show you some snapshots of those and kind of explain why I did those, and we'll go from there. And like I said, hopefully this team will do good, and I'll show you how I do throughout the season. First trade, I'm going to go to the Mariners. I'm going to pick up two of their young pitchers, Danny Holtzman and Taijuan Walker. I'm also going to get their third baseman, Kyle Seager, who's off to he had a good year last year. He's also having a good season this year. I'm basically going to get these three guys for Darwin Barney, which is a steal. I'm also going to throw in a couple bums there just to trim out my roster. I don't have to cut them later, but so pretty good haul there just for Darwin Barney. So I'm pretty happy with that. And we'll be able to make some moves with those guys that we picked up down the road. The next trade we're going to look at here is with the Marlins. This one's a little sexier. We're going to get Giancarlo Stanton, Jose Fernandez, and a young center fielder. We're going to trade Matt Garza, Rizzo, and Brett Jackson. I hate having to trade Rizzo this early, but to get those guys in return is a pretty good haul. So Matt Garza was traded this year. He has a one-year deal left, so we might as well just go ahead and trade him. And Brett Jackson's never really panned out, so... then we're going to go to the Orioles. We're going to get Kevin Gausman, a shortstop, and we're going to get a power hitting first baseman, Chris Davis, since we just traded Rizzo. We're going to have to trade Samardzija, Castro, and Cody Ransom. I'm going to try and get Samardzija and Castro back in a trade down the road, so hopefully that'll work out. And this way we get Chris Davis, who's a 94 overall first baseman and is pretty solid in this game. So pretty good trade there as well. I'm happy with that one, especially if I can get those guys back on my team. The next trade that we're going to do, we are going to go to the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. We're going to pick up Desmond Jennings, Alex Cobb, and a young starting pitcher for Jorge Soler, Scott Baker, and Taijuan Walker. Jennings is a young, athletic outfielder. He was a top prospect a couple years ago, and Alex Cobb is a young starting pitcher. He's pretty solid. We're going to trade Jorge Soler, was one of our top prospects. Scott Baker, I don't really care for. And Taijuan Walker was the pitcher we just got from the Mariners in the first trade that we did. So making some good moves here, starting to get our roster panned out. I need some more pitching. I do know that. So I'm going to go to the Tigers. They got quite a few pitchers. So I'm going to pick up Max Scherzer, who's probably in line for the Cy Young this year. Rick Porcello and Drew Smyly, a couple young guys. And we're going to give up Josh Vitters, who's never really panned out for the Cubs. He's kind of was supposed to be the next good third baseman. He's never really done anything. Alberto Mora, who's a young center fielder. And Edwin Jackson, who's like my least favorite person on the Cubs. He's so hot and cold. It's you never know what you're gonna get with him. So I'm going to go ahead and trade those guys. And Scherzer's the main piece here, and he's pretty nasty in this game. So then we're going to go to the Orioles. We're going to pick up their top pitching prospect, Dylan Bundy, who just had Tommy John surgery, but he should be all right. Jess Samardzija and Starlin Castro back. We're going to have to give up a lot here to get those guys. Jose Fernandez, who I picked up from the Marlins, is a good young pitcher. Chris Bryant and Javier Baez, two of our best prospects. Chris Bryant we just drafted this year. And Javier Baez has just been killing it in the minors. He's one of the best shortstops in the minor leagues right now. So it's tough to give up those guys, but I want to get Samardzija and Castro back so I at least have a couple Cubs on my team. Then I need to address the bullpen. The bullpen's terrible. We're going to go get Jason Grilli, Austin Meadows, and Garrett Cole. Grilli will be our closer. Austin Meadows is going to play, he's a center fielder, but he's a young guy, probably with quite a bit of trade value. And Garrett Cole, who just made his debut this year, young starting pitcher. We're going to get rid of basically Travis Wood, and that's about it. Those other guys wouldn't really play on my team anyway. So pretty good haul for Travis Wood. I'm pretty happy with that. We're going to get a little bit sexier here. We're going to go to the Angels. We're going to pick up Mike Trout. We need another closer, so we're going to pick up Ferrari and a second baseman. We got to give up Stanton here and a couple other guys that I don't really care about. So it's basically Trout and a closer for Stanton. I like Trout better in this game than Stanton. Trout's got more speed. He's got power, not as good as Stanton, but he's still got power. He's a better overall player. Then I need a second baseman, so I'm going to go try and get Jason Kipnis. I think I'll be able to get him pretty easily. Basically for Cobb, Feldman, and somebody took Carlos Marmol, so I'm glad to get rid of him. I don't think I would have ever used him anyway, so we got that trade. Then we're going to go to the Blue Jays, get a couple young guys, Brett Lowry, Kobe Erasmus, and relief pitcher Sergio Santos. For Rick Porcello, who we got from the Tigers, Kyle Seager in the Mariners trade, and the shortstop in the Orioles trade. So I'm using some trade chips here to get some young guys. I'm going to take these guys that we just got, Lowry, Rasmus, and Santos, and basically flip them to the Angels to get Stanton back. So that's a pretty good, pretty sweet trade for me. Found a way to get Stanton back. And a couple other guys to go along with it that I don't really care about, but whatever. We got Stanton. That's the main thing. Stanton, I end up trading him like 3 or 4 times in this breakdown of this team, but here he is again. I'm going to go to the Rays. We're going to pick up Longoria, Zobrist, and Will Myers for Stanton, Kipnis, and Harrison. Basically, I wanted the third baseman. Longoria is one of the best in the game. Zobrist is going to play second for me. And Will Myers is one of the best prospects in the game, so pretty good trade here for Stanton. I don't like giving up Stanton again, but for those guys, I guess I'll do it. Then we're going to go to the Rockies. We're going to pick up Cargo, one of my favorite players in the league. Jonathan Gray, who was one of their top draft picks this year. He's a really good pitcher, a potential. And David Dahl, who's like an 18-year-old center fielder who's got very good potential and should be good down the road. We're going to give up Desmond Jennings, who we got from the Rays, Vogelbach, who was our top first baseman prospect, and Garrett Cole, who we got from the Pirates. Then we're going to go to the Nationals. We're going to pick up Bryce Harper, Jordan Zimmerman, and Anthony Rendon. For Chris Davis, Will Myers, and a relief pitcher. Harper's actually going to catch for me. It's a secondary position, so we can put him there. Jordan Zimmerman is a 93 overall, I believe, and he's pretty solid. The only reason I trade Chris Davis is because I know I can get David Ortiz pretty cheap, as you can see here, for a 57 overall catcher. So he's going to be my first baseman. Picking up David Ortiz. Let's see. We're going to go to the Cardinals. A trade that would never happen in real life. Cardinals and Cubs here. We're going to get Wainwright, Carlos Beltran, and Trevor Rosenthal for Jordan Zimmerman and a couple other guys that I don't really know. But the main thing here is Wainwright is better than Zimmerman, and I'm also getting Beltran and Rosenthal as well. Then we're going to go to the Diamondbacks. We're going to pick up Patrick Corbin, Archie Bradley, D.D. Gregorius for Bundy, Jonathan Gray, and Rendon. 3 prospects that I've picked up in other trades. Corbin's going to be one of our top starters on our team. So, and Archie Bradley's pretty good as well. He's one of the best prospects in the minors. So we're going to go to the Yankees. We're going to pick up A-Rod, Jeter, and Ichiro for not a whole lot here. Stewart, Vizcaino, and McDonald. Some of these older guys you can get for basically nothing, as you can see here. I'm just going to use those guys. None of those guys are going to start for me, but I'm going to use them for some depth on my team. There's a lot of injuries in this game and whatnot, so that'll help out down the road. I'm just going to run through my team here, show you what I came up with. Here's my starters. Wainwright, Corbin, Scherzer, Samardzija, and Danny Holton are going to round it out. And then I still got some young prospects I'm going to show you here with a potential. If I need to make any moves during the season, those would be some good chips. Otherwise, I can just sit on those guys and watch them get better. Then my closers there. I'm going to have Bryce Harper starting at my catcher, David Ortiz at first. Ben Zobrist is going to play second for me, and Longoria. At short, I'm going to have Castro starting with Jeter backing him up. And I'm going to have Trout in center, Cargo in left, Bryce Harper catching. If you see here, it is his secondary position, so we can put him back there. He did play catcher in college. So then we're going to have Carlos Beltran in right. And that should do it. That's my team. I'm going to show you guys some gameplay. I'm going to simulate and show you how my team does for the first month. And hopefully we'll make it to the World Series and can make a run for the trophy. All right. If you guys like this, subscribe, follow along. And again, I'll post those the rest of the videos at a later date. Thanks. Bye.